fifth and last way that my leadership was challenged while developing a mobile application is communication. Yes, there are communication challenges when you're working with teams, especially when you're working with teams overseas. Obviously, my team are in India and there's a language barrier. But not only is there a language barrier, but on top of those language barriers of technical and practical language barriers, there's also a location communication barrier, right? Because it's quite easy to be able to share with someone an idea, to be able to manage someone and guide someone and lead someone while they're in the room with you. But there is a whole new challenge with having people overseas in a whole different time zone that you're only communicating via WhatsApp or via Zoom. But having those language barriers really challenged my leadership and helped me understand that communication is key. You know what? The word communication actually comes from the Latin root word common, right? There has to be something common between us. And that's what communication is. There's common between us. Because if not, there's not true communication. You know, there's 3 keys that I found to making sure my communication was effective to overcome these challenges of both distance as well as language, both technical and practical. And it comes down to finding that common ground. The first key to making sure that communication is effective is understanding how to transfer vision, right? Usually if you're a leader, you've got some big ideas, right? And it works up here, but it's hard to put down on paper. If you can't put it down on paper, if you can't speak it out clearly, how is someone else meant to capture your vision? So I've found a couple of key ways to make sure that I can share my vision with other people. One of those is pictures. That's right. I took bunches of screenshots of other mobile applications. I drew a whole bunch of sketches of how I wanted things laid out. I took videos so that I could show exactly what it looked like so they could see the picture that was in my head. So one way of communicating a vision is making sure that you share pictures so they can see what you see. The second is understanding the purpose. Right? Because you may have an idea of something and how you want it to work, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how it works. All that matters is the outcome. So there'll be times that I'll be communicating with people, trying to share the big vision of what I have, and then I stop myself and go, well, hold on a second. Actually, I'm talking through the technical aspects. Let's just take a step back now. This is the purpose. This button, this is the purpose, or this feature, this is the purpose of this, and this is what I want it to achieve. And from that, they're able to turn around and go, actually, yes, we know what you want to achieve. We can develop and achieve that outcome because you know the purpose. And so when you're communicating vision, it's really important to understand the purpose and share the purpose so they can capture the purpose, not the how. So the second key to effective communication as a leader is constant communication, especially when you're building an application. What I found is at the start, and I mentioned earlier that we had issues with the project manager, I kind of just left it over to the project manager and kind of trusted him that he'll be in contact with me when things are ready. And there ended up being like an almost 2-month period where nothing was being done on my project because I wasn't in constant communication with him. I'm like, he'll contact me when he's ready, and I kept going on my thing. And that really challenged me as a leader to make sure I found that balance between micromanaging, which is bad, but also having constant communication. So I'm making sure that as soon as they send me something, I'm right on it to give them feedback. I'll give them constant feedback. I'll take screenshots of the feedback. I'll scribble things as feedback because, sharing the pictures of the vision. But also, I'm making sure that my feedback is regular. They send me something, I respond straight away. I drop what I'm doing to make sure that I can keep my team active. Now, there's some times that I'll be in the middle of sessions with clients or whatever that I can't. But as soon as I can, I prioritize giving the feedback because I want that momentum. I want that constant feedback. The other thing is setting regular meetings. What we've said is, although we're communicating regularly, almost every day, multiple times a day, we have once a week set permanently in our calendars that we catch up, that we do a review of what's been done and what's to come. And even though we might be in the middle of a bit of a project, it actually helps to really solidify what we're doing and moving forward. So no matter what, we have that regular meeting. And the third key that I found for effective communication, especially with managing a project like this as a leader, is to have systems. Yes, we have a project management software that we use to track all of our tasks, track the progress of those tasks. All the feedback is all in one place. People are assigned to it. There's due dates. There's people assigned to each thing. So everyone knows where everything is at one place. And I can just open up the software and know exactly where things are. When we're having our meetings, I open up that software and we just go through it to make sure that everyone is on track with our project, rather than just being random messages and emails that can get lost and missed. So the 5 ways how building my own application challenged my leadership was, first of all, I need to make sure I know what I want. Second is budget time and money. The third is make a plan and stick with it. The fourth is understanding I'm on their clock and not on mine. And then the fifth is making sure that I have effective communication. And those are the ways that building my own application challenged my leadership. So I hope that you can learn from some of my everyday events that have really challenged my leadership so that you too can grow as a leader. Hey, did you enjoy that video? If so, share the love. And if you want to learn more from my life experiences that have challenged my leadership so you can grow and develop as a leader, or would like to watch other faith-based leadership development content, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you can be notified whenever we release new videos.